when I first read the script, I had to put it down a couple of times because I started getting woozy. That's when you know that you're reading something that's pretty powerful. But I love the interaction between the characters, and I really felt like this is a writer who is going to, at the beginning of a career, he's going to give us some great plays. Well, I think horror, audiences want to laugh, because laughter is the kind of antidote to fear. When you laugh at something, you're no longer afraid. So they really desperately want to laugh. And the more afraid they are, the more they want to laugh. So I always think it's great to have those moments where they can, and it's not going to be at the expense of the piece. Well, somebody said, and I think it's really true, which is that this is almost like an entire relationship, like a marriage, done in like an hour and a half. At the beginning they've never met each other before, and by the end of it they are as close can be.
That's interesting. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah. So I think it's really, again, I think the writing is so great. Well, Chris McKenna, he and I have worked together a bunch of times, and but Donald, this is the first time I've ever worked with him, and getting a sense of how an actor works and so forth takes a little while. But Donald really tried all sorts of things. That's what I really like about him, is that he's very game, and he's not set in his ways. It's kind of like let's try it that other way. We rehearsed this for 6 weeks. It's a long rehearsal period, and he had an opportunity to kind of try this or try that, and let's look at this approach and see how this works and so forth. So it was kind of trial and error. It was very useful. It's funny. A few years ago I did Nevermore, which is a one-man show, which was the first time I'd ever done one of those, and that was, is it going to be interesting for an audience to watch one person for an entire, 2-hour play? But Jeffrey Combs is such a spectacular actor that he made it work, and these guys are the same. They're both fantastic, and you really get a sense of the what's wonderful. It's a relationship, and watching that relationship grow and change during the course of the story is what it's all about. Well, I think it's interesting. It's sort of, they say that when we're very young, we are very oral. Babies put everything in their mouths, and I kind of think that these characters are kind of locked in that sort of early development phase. And we always say to somebody that we love, "Oh, I could eat you up," and they actually did. Well, the thing about theater, I think, is that it's immediate. And there's something about that I think is really exciting. It's like and every night is different, and the audience makes it different. The composition of the audience is different every night too. And some nights it's the play is funnier, and some nights it's more tragic, and a lot of it depends on who's here. And so I love that about theater. I love the fact that it's a living thing. I love movies too, but it's a very different discipline, I think. And for me, to be able to do both is the most exciting thing.